Good morning, everyone. Welcome you all to another new week. We'll continue with our book reading this morning, The Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Liker and Karen Ross. So we'll continue from where we stop. And remember, we are in the last chapter, chapter 10, which says the long journey to customer focused learning organization. Last week we began rather with problem solving, the last P of one of the four P's of lean management. And we looked at principle 16, which says continuously develop scientific thinking. Today on page 376, we'll be looking at principle 17, which says align improvement objectives and plans for enterprise learning. And we'll also look at we'll also look at the lessons learned from NTL services. We'll look at the lessons learned from them. So principle 17 and the last principle for problem solving says align improvement objectives and plan for enterprise learning. Said every improvement that any of the guys at NTL undertakes is prioritized against the original NTL roadmap that they created to see where they are going. As they progress along the roadmap, sometimes forward, sometimes sideways or backwards, they are fighting out how to overcome the obstacles that are keeping them from reaching their next target condition. And with every ride, every day, they are solving problems for their customers. One customer asked about booking a ride from a regional airport to a suburb, where Joe saw that the suburb was over 2 hours from the airport. He called the customer back and asked if she had the right airport. The ride would be exceptionally long and expensive. The customer then realized she could make a different airport choice and was extremely grateful to Joe and NTL for helping her avoid a potential problem. What Joe and the guys at NTL understand is that solving problems for customers with each and every ride is simply the business that they are in. So let's look at what the lessons that they've learned so far. We'll look at their challenge, we'll look at their systematic improvements, we'll look at their workplace, their teamwork and accountability, and we'll also look at respect and development for people. So there are no doubts that Joe and the guys at NTL are actively and passionately pursuing their purpose based on the guiding values that support our service excellence 4P models, which is what we've just finished looking at. The philosophy, the people, the process, and problem solving. Those are the 4Ps of service excellence model. Then the challenge. As the partners in a new startup company, Joe, Ken, and Todd didn't know how to reach their goal of every ride on time every time, working together. There's a lot of competition in the personal transportation industry from established regular local taxi companies as well as from other models such as Uber and Lyft. In order to differentiate themselves and constantly deliver service excellence while keeping price low and competitive, Joe and the guys have to challenge themselves to think and do in new and different ways every single day. When they are systematic improvement. The partners of NTL embrace continuous improvement. Everything is constantly changing, says Joe. As we get more and more new customers, each of them wants different kinds of things and new problems keep coming up. And I just read an article that said that Lyft and Google are going to have a self-driving car service in the next few years. We have got to make sure we keep up with what our customers are going to want in the future, and we have got to start thinking about that now. It's like Henry Ford said, if we would ask our customers what they want, they would have said faster horses. We want to be around and helping our driver partners grow for a long time. And if we don't keep improving our services and our services offering, we are never going to be able to keep up. and continuous improvement starts each leader. Previously, Joe struggled to finish things. Now he isn't having that problem anymore. Now he wears a suit and is reading books and is totally engaged. He has a vision of himself as an entrepreneur and is looking forward to starting and owning more businesses. So this is your stop for our reading today. Principle 17 says align improvement objective and plans for enterprise learning. So every improvement, what actually brought about improvement at NL Service is that they were able to solve the problems. They were able to improve on every little thing or any little challenge that they encounter. The more they solved problems, the more they improved in their daily activities, the more they were able to serve customers better, the more they were able to redefine their roadmap to their vision and where they were going to. Just like what we learned for one of their lessons, their challenges, still talking about the same thing, working towards their vision, every ride on time, every time working together. They had to constantly improve themselves to deliver excellence. They had to constantly improve in their organization, that is NTL, to improve service excellence to their customers, both on pricing, everything. They just wanted to make sure that they really were not, their competition or their competitors couldn't measure up to where they were at that moment in time. Then he talked about the systematic improvement. He said everything is constantly changing. So the more you have new customers, the more you have new demands, the more you have more problems to solve. The more you have new people, the more they want something else. Like I said here, that if they had asked their customers what they wanted in the first place, they would have asked for faster horses. So they are improving every day. They are improving every tiny little things around them to make sure that they are offering excellent services to their customer. So they continue to improve. They continue to, establish. They are more engaged in every other thing that they are doing. So this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning. And I believe we've learned something from this reading today. Thank you.